How's it going, everyone? Mr. Boulder here. I hope you're all well, looking after yourselves. I'm back this week with another album ranking video. I've done quite a few heavy bands recently, so going for something a bit more mainstream. Tonight, doing Motley Crue's studio albums, ranking them from worst to best. No doubt the biggest of the LA glam sleaze bands. Great band, love these guys. First heard them about 1987, but I didn't pick up anything till 1998 when they put out a Greatest Hits CD. Love that, and then I went and picked up all the other studio albums. 9 albums to go through. A lot of really, really good ones. A couple of stinkers. One much worse than the other. So obviously we're discussing that first. And the weakest by a long shot in this band's discography is Generation Swine from 1997. This is bloody awful. Starts off quite well, actually. The first 2 songs, Find Myself and Afraid, I really, really like. I like the chaotic style with Find Myself and Afraid. I've always loved the bass riff in that. Good song. Then you've got Flush next, which I quite enjoy. But after that, kind of falls off a hill in spectacular fashion. The rest of it is not too good at all. I mean, Let Us Pray is okay. A Rat Like Me I actually quite like. But then down here we've got Shout at the Devil 1997, which says to me, we know we haven't wrote a load of good songs, so let's just rehash an old one. And it's not that great, to be honest. I mean, it's okay. But then it finishes with Brandon, which is absolutely terrible. Awful album. This was originally wrote with John Corabi, and then he was out of the band. They brought Vince back. And I think the songs kind of sound like they would have suited John's voice more. This is not good. I would not recommend you pick this up. A few decent songs, but when it's bad, it's really, really bad. In fact, it's absolutely shocking when it's bad. Not good at all. Generation Swine from 1997. A terrible, terrible album. Up next is a New Tattoo from 2000. This is the only Motley Crue album that doesn't feature Tommy Lee on the drums. This features Randy Castillo, who passed away in about a couple of years after making this, I think. Randy used to be in Lita Ford's band and Ozzy Osbourne's band. Rest in peace, Randy. Yeah, this isn't great either. It's definitely better than Generation Swine, though. Musically, it's kind of more what you expect from Motley Crue. Generation Swine's very experimental. This sounds more like the Motley of old. Musically, it's all good. The biggest problem with this album is the lyrics. Some of them are terrible, really, really bad. Quite embarrassing, actually. It has got some good stuff on it, though. Hell on High Heels, the first song's really good. Then you've got Treat Me Like the Dog I Am, which on a whole I don't mind. But at some point someone said in the studio, hey, I've got a good idea. Let's have Vince panting like a dog during halfway through in the song. That is a terrible idea and should never ever go off the cutting room floor. Bloody awful part of the song, that. After that, though, you got the title track, New Tattoo, which is alright. Drag Strip Superstar, I quite like. But then after that, it's very average. Punch in the Teeth by Love's very good. But stuff like Hollywood Ending, Porno Star, First Band on the Moon, not great. Ends with White Punks on Dope. Definitely better than Generation Swan, but still pretty poor. Would I recommend you pick this up? Yes, if you can find it cheap. I wouldn't spend a lot on this, but some of the lyrics are absolutely laughable. And it kind of spoils the album, really. So yeah, that's New Tattoo, which comes in at number 8. So that's the 2 bad ones out of the way. Number 7 is their most recent album, 2008's Saints of Los Angeles. I only picked this up last year. Yeah, I was surprised at how good this was. Obviously, it's still quite low down the list, but we're getting to the good stuff now. This is far, far better than what's come before it. Yeah, a lot of good songs on this one. Face Down in the Dirt's very good. What's It Gonna Take is also very good. Down at the Whiskey, I like that one as well. Title track, Saints of Los Angeles, is very good. Yeah, That One With Me is a bit of a letdown. Just Another Psycho is okay. Chicks Equals Trouble is bad lyrics. Very, very bad. Very dated sounding lyrics. But yeah, it's not a bad album at all, actually. Musically, it's all good. Mick Mars, as always, I think is a very underrated guitar player. He sounds great on this. Vince's vocals sound great on this, but you can't help noticing that pretty much everything is double tracked. We all know that Vince's voice hasn't been great these past few years. However, I saw some footage online the other day on YouTube of a gig he played just a couple of weeks ago, and he was sounding quite good on that, has to be said. But yeah, The Saints of Los Angeles is a pretty good album, actually. I'm glad I picked it up. Didn't feel like I'd wasted my money. Not bad at all. Really quite enjoyed this one. But yeah, to say it's their most recent album, it's 13 years old, is quite something. But yeah, not bad at all, that one. Up next is Theatre of Pain for me. The production on this is not very good at all. The guitar sounds good, but Tommy Lee's drums sound terrible. So for me, this is the weakest one of the golden years of the 1980s for Motley Crue. Still some good stuff on it though. City Boy Blues, the opener, I really enjoy. Their cover Smoke in the Boys' Room, I don't mind it, but I'm not massively fussed on it either. Not too fussed on Louder Than Hell. Keep Your Eye on the Money I really like, and then side A ends with Home Sweet Home. I do like that, but I've never been fussed by it at the same time. It's quite a big power ballad, but I'm just not all that bothered. Tonight We Need a Lover kicks off side B. That's really, really good. Use It or Lose It's okay. Raise Your Hands to Rock. No, sorry, Save Our Souls is bloody awful. Worst song on the album by a long shot. And then it ends with a Fight for Your Rights, which is probably the best, or one of definitely the best songs on the album. But yeah, the production's not great. However, having said that, I listened to this last week before making this video, and I remember enjoying it way more than I thought I did. A good album. This was absolutely a huge seller back in the day when it first came out, which makes me laugh because as far as I'm concerned, like I say, it's the weakest of the original 80s heyday, but still plenty of good stuff here. Yeah, I do enjoy this one more than I thought I would. Theatre of Pain from 1985, not bad at all. Up next for me is their debut, Too Fast for Love from 1981. A lot of people love this because it's got the rawest of the productions, of course, because they went on to be very popular. Quite sort of polished production on later albums, but Too Fast for Love from 1981 is really good. Kicks off with Live Wire and Come On and Dance. Great guitar riffing from Mick Mars. Not too fussed on Public Enemy No. 1 and Merry Go Round. They're okay. Take Me to the Top's a great track. Piece of Your Action's brilliant. Starry Eyes, an underrated gem, I think. Title track, Too Fast for Love, again, great riffing from Mick Mars. Finishes with On With The Show. Not too fussed about that song. But a massive album this. This was a huge influence on so many bands during the 1980s over in the LA scene, of course. Big album. If you've got an original copy of this from the original run, they cost a hell of a lot of money. This is just a bog standard copy. A good album. I enjoy this one a lot. Motley Crue's Too Fast for Love, their debut from 1981. Now up next, I need to show you my Music to Crash Your Car 2 box set. Please ignore the back, which is chewed up by the dog that we used to have. I was absolutely fuming about that. But the album I'm talking about here is disc 3, and it's the album they made with John Corabi in 1994. A lot of people hate on this album. I absolutely don't know why. It is absolutely brilliant. It's such a good album. I think it's the case of a lot of people. Vince isn't on it, so I'm not interested. And if that is your opinion, then I'm saying, you know, forget that. Listen to it. Give it a listen because you're missing out on a great album. Bob Rock on production, doing an absolutely fantastic job. The drums on this album sound absolutely huge. Brilliant, brilliant drum sound. The songwriting is totally on point, and John Corabi's vocals are absolutely fantastic. Could you make an argument for should they change the name of the band? I think you can, but let's face it, the record company's never going to make a change the name. You're going to be wanting to trade off the Motley Crue name, aren't you? But this is an absolutely stunning album, and why people don't like it, I don't know. I think it's brilliant. Power to the Music, Uncle Jack, those first two are great. Hooligan's Holiday, that was the first single, great song. Misunderstood, another single, great song. Love Shine, Poison Apples, brilliant, brilliant stuff. Hammered, Till Death Do Us Part, Welcome to the Numb. Smoke the Sky, probably the heaviest song they ever made. I absolutely love the riffing on that. Corabi's vocals are great. But the last three tracks, Dropping Like Flies, Drift Away and Hypnotise, are just okay. If the rest of the album, if those last three like the rest of the album, this would be a 10 out of 10 album for me. But the quality just dips off a little bit towards the end. But it's a criminally underrated album. If you haven't listened to it, like I say, forget the fact that there's no Vince on there. It's absolutely brilliant. Everyone else's performances are fantastic. Great vocals, brilliant songs. This is like the heaviest and grittiest Motley Crue album. And I think it's absolutely fantastic. Don't understand why it's disliked by so many people. It's absolutely brilliant. An underrated gem. Great stuff. The self-titled Motley Crue album from 1994. Absolutely love it. So we're into the top three now. And three for me is Shout at the Devil from 1983. This is the album that really kicked off their popularity. Great stuff, this. Absolutely brilliant. However, the first proper song, the title track, Shout at the Devil, is one I'm not too fussed on. I do like it, but for me there's much better other stuff on here. Looks to Kill is one of my favourite Motley songs, without a doubt. Love the guitar riffing in that. The main riff's great. Vince sounds great on the vocals. Brilliant chorus. Bastard, great song. They've played that quite a lot on Planet Rock here in the UK recently, and I forgot how good it was. Knock 'em Dead Kids, brilliant song. Danger, it's the last track. Quite like that one as well. Too Young to Fall in Love. Love the drum intro beat from Tommy Lee on that. Not fussed about their cover of the Beatles' Helter Skelter. Red Hot's a great song. 10 Seconds to Love is absolutely brilliant. One of my favourites on the album. There's a lot of good stuff here. Very strong songwriting. They knew how to write a lot of catchy hooks on this one, and it's just brilliant. And this will be a lot of people's number one. Number three for me, brilliant stuff though. So many good songs on this. I can see why this made them very popular. There's loads of great stuff on this. The image was shocking to parents, of course, especially when you've got a pentagram on the front cover. But Motley's Shout at the Devil from 1983 is an absolutely brilliant album. Third in my list. I love this. So many good songs, particularly stuff like Knock 'em Dead Kid and 10 Seconds to Love. And Bastard and Looks to Kill. Brilliant songs. I absolutely love it. Great stuff. Number two for me is Girls, Girls, Girls from 1987. Yep, absolutely love this album. Let's get the bad out of the way straight away. Nona, I'm not fussed about at all. And as far as their cover of Elvis Presley's Jailhouse Rock live version towards the end, that can get in the bin. Completely unnecessary. All the original stuff here is much better. Wild Side's brilliant. That was a single. Obviously, the title track was a single. Dancing on Glass, I really love as well. And Bad Boy Boogie, really good song. 5 Years Dead, All in the Name of, love the riffing in that. Something for Nothing, and then the power ballad, You're All I Need. Mind you, not really a power ballad. If you listen to the lyrics, it's clearly about someone murdering their girlfriend. Because it's done in a ballad way, unless you've really sort of dive into the lyrics, you don't really sort of notice. But this is just a great party metal album from 87. I love the songs on this. So many catchy songs, and a lot of people don't like this one or say it's quite weak. And even though I do understand what some people are saying with regards to not the best amount of songs, I mean, I really love them, to be honest. Especially stuff, some of the deeper cuts like Dancing on Glass and 5 Years Dead, I think are really good. Love this album. A lot of people would put Shout at the Devil above this. But for me, I just love it. Even it might not be the strongest of the stuff, but I just love it. It's a great album. But yeah, get rid of Jailhouse Rock, because it's completely pointless. It doesn't need Nona on it either. But other than that, it's a great album. Absolutely love it. So on to my number one, and it's a bit of a cliche to have this at number one, but it really is that much of a good album. Of course, it's Dr. Feelgood from 1989. Now, whereas as I enjoy, obviously, Theory of Pain and Girls, 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 for me the production is not brilliant on it. On this, you've got Bob Rock on production, and the difference is night and day. It's absolutely fantastic. Bob Rock, of course, was the engineer on Bon Jovi's Slippery When Wet. 2 years after he did this, he did Metallica's The Black Album, and this was another huge seller, sold by the millions back in the day. His production's absolutely phenomenal. It makes all the difference with regards to sound quality on this record. Yeah, I think the production was kind of phoned in on the previous 2 albums. Not the case here. Bob Rock does an amazing job. This is packed front to back with great songs. Everything is on top form. Vince's voice sounds absolutely fantastic. He never sounded better than he did on this album as far as I'm concerned. Drumming's great from Tommy. Mick, of course, on the guitar. Underrated guitar player. Great guitar playing. And it's just packed front to back with brilliant, brilliant songs. The title track, Dr. Feelgood, is one of my favourites without a doubt. Slice of Your Pie is great. Rattlesnake Shake, brilliant stuff. Kickstart My Heart, big single that. Ends with Without You on side A. Not that fussed on that one. For me, it's probably the weakest song on the album, but I still enjoy it. It doesn't spoil my enjoyment of the album. Same Old Situation, another single, kicks off side 2. Sticky Sweet, great track. She Goes Down, funny song that. Really, really good. Don't Go Mad, Just Go Away, another single. This album had a lot of big singles on it. And ends with Time for Change. Other than Without You being a bit weak, for me it's a perfect album. This is a 9.5 out of 10. They were absolutely on top of the world when this came out. An absolutely stunning album, nearly perfect. Everything's great, sounds fantastic. Great production from Bob Rock, really helped push them to the best of their capabilities, and it pays off. It's an absolutely brilliant album. Motley Crue's Dr. Feelgood from 1989 is my absolute favourite of theirs. Fantastic stuff. Yeah, pretty much a perfect album. Right guys, that is it for this week. Thanks very much for watching to the end. If you like this video, hit the like button. Get in touch in the comments. Let me know what you think about this album ranking. What's your favourite Motley album? And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. That would be very much appreciated. Cheers to everyone who has subscribed. I'll be back next week. Not sure what I'm doing yet, but you'll soon find out. All right, guys, take care, and see you next time. Look after yourselves. Bye.